Look at that. No, guys, here, let's do this quick.
New tonight, a long legal battle ahead for a contractor accused of taking the money and running.
And tonight, the state says it is a cautionary tale for all of us.
Watch this.
KFCO's Olivia Hickey joining us live right now. Olivia, we're talking thousands of dollars here.
That's right, guys. Today, the Attorney General's office confirming to me they're looking
That's an ugly woman right there.
into a complaint submitted about 29-year-old Colton Merrick.
Watch this.
And while they said they can't share details on that complaint, they did share the warning signs and the steps you can take to make sure that your money isn't taken. When Dylan Teachman gave CM Concrete Construction a call back in April about an above-ground storm shelter with a custom door, he thought it was a step in the right direction to protect his family.
We have a baby now that's 9 months old, and we want to keep him safe and not have to run from storms anymore. And we even told him that.
Instead, he was left in the dirt with a $9,300 shaped hole in his pocket.
What?
He came out to look at the job scope and gave me the quote there in my driveway. And we actually paid him $9,300 cash on the spot to get started. And he came out and dug up my yard a little bit, made a mess, and never came back out.
Look at that.
Tried contacting him, came up with an excuse about why he wasn't coming.
So Teachman took matters into his own hands, and it was all caught on camera.
After not showing up for a few weeks, I called him again, and he answered, and I told him that I wanted to add some concrete to our back patio, and of course he fell for it and came on a Thursday evening.
Look at that, guys.
Over to my house, and we had the Grady County Sheriff's Department ready to come in and arrest him because at the time he had an arrest warrant for a previous embezzlement case.
This is allegedly nothing new for 29-year-old Colton Merrick. Court doctor
He's 29?
hired him to build a shop on her property that never got done. Another Grady County resident says they paid upfront for materials for a driveway and tin horn installation project, but nothing got done. After that April arrest for a previous case, there's now a warrant out for standing up the Teachmans.
Unfortunately, we see this a lot. It's prevalent in the construction industry, in particular roofing and odd jobs, remodeling, things like that.
The Attorney General's Consumer Protection Unit says consumers need to take steps to protect themselves. Look up a contractor's name on OSCET, the Oklahoma State Courts Network. Check in with the Consumer Protection Unit. Document everything. And question law.
Isn't it sad, Snowboard, that you do good business, but idiots like this make it hard for guys like you? You know?
Yeah. No, that's just what concrete and roofers do kind of tend to do that sometimes. Sometimes people who are a subcontractor do that too, because they're going to say like, oh, well, I hired someone else, so it's not my fault anymore. That can happen too. So this can happen. Try to pay in thirds if you can, or have a real contract or something if like you're the customer. But this does happen quite a bit.
Yeah, it's sad. And here's another thing, guys. This is like, these old-timey laws in places like Texas, whatever, a verbal contract was a legally binding contract, or you have to shake on it, because then you have a witness said they shook on it, and you can either take them to court, or if you took out the old Colt and shot the son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It was justified. Well, we did shake on it.
Yeah.
Large upfront payments.
I hate thieves. I hate them. I can't stand people who steal other people's stuff because they're too lazy to work for money to buy their own.
You really want.
Well, be careful too if it's like a house flipper. Sometimes they may not pay you. Yeah. House flippers will do that a lot because they just want to like be in and out, and they're very like aloof all the time. Like, oh, I can't make it. I'm not in town. Someone else will pay you and stuff like that. So always try to be face to face with the person you do business with, like instead of just doing it, over the phone, or like I've had to do that over the phone where you just call them and they kind of tell me where the tree is or whatever, but try to at least speak to them. But ideally, face to face. is ideal.
Do you guys see this? Look at this. So look, she didn't want to pay.
Yep.
It's still his property. Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Stop. Is somebody gonna pay me?
It's a contractor confrontation.
Not your house to destroy.
On
You
camera.
could actually, I was actually saw a concrete filler video not too long ago, and I understand and I agree. If you don't pay, they come in and they just start tearing up the driveway that they put in. Unfortunately, I didn't know this, but the concrete guy said in some of these videos is that even though they didn't pay, you can still get cuffed up for that because they're still.
Well, it's technically your property and they stole it. So
Yeah.
So hold on. So you could argue that it was your property that was on your property. If I leave my shoes in Snowboard's house and then if I go in Snowboard's house and I light my shoes on fire or I cut my shoes up, they can't take me to jail for that. If they're my shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now lighting on fire is different. But if they take the driveway and they make it and you don't pay for it, that's still their concrete that happens to be on your property. Now what they do with it, that as long as it doesn't hurt your house, right? That's up to you. So if they tell you that you're not allowed on the property and then they come on your property and smash it up, that's different too, because they were told not to come on the property. But if you come in the middle of the night, you start smashing stuff. You know what I'm saying? But guys, I hope to see this more.
This company says this contract, quote, went sour.
Let me tell you something. No contractor in the state of Colorado will fix that. But they found out I took it back because you refused to pay me.
I actually cried about this yesterday.
Oh my God! Please, of course. We all knew that it was some freaking Becky liberal white.
Yeah.
Truckee says she hired Dream Home Remodels of Colorado for some renovation work inside her home in Colorado Springs. All that work now on the floor.
I just kind of shake my head because I'm like, I don't have the words for what happened in this room.
Did
Look at that, playing the victim.
at all with them? Invoices? Truckee showed us invoices saying she paid more than $3,000 of a $7,500 bill. She says she was waiting.
So she didn't pay
it
the
all
whole
off until she could make sure she was happy with the work.
For the $3,300 I've already paid, I have now nothing.
The company claims she signed a contract. They refused to give us any paperwork, saying they would not share private information. They released this statement saying, in part, communication broke down and resulted in our company repossessing a tile shower. It has never happened before and is not something that is made regular practice. On Saturday, Becky was at work when two workers showed up. Her neighbor started recording.
I entered in and I tried to reason with them a little bit.
Look at that, guys. She wouldn't pay. He said.
I bet she was a house flipping Karen. I almost guarantee it, like I was saying.
Looks like she just flushed $3,500. Oh! Stop! Hammer time! Oh!
She's gonna have to take a bath with that payment. She's really turning on the waterworks now. She was too entiled to want to pay.
Oh no, dude, look at that. Hold on.
Homeowner tells me she will take this to court.
You don't go into someone's home and destroy it.
Look at that.
Smile, ha. That's why contractors go out of business, because of like him. Tempers flare inside a hearing room at the Contractors Registration Board.
A dispute between a homeowner and a contractor reaches a boil, and problem solver Susan Hogan was there. She joins us now with more on what happened.
Well, this is a story I've been working on for months. It all started when a homeowner says he fired his contractor, and what happened next is proof of how important it is to keep every receipt.
I already shut my business down because of you.
A dispute between a contractor and a Burrillville homeowner gets out of control.
Really?
Who owes who money is exactly what's brought them to a contractors registration board hearing, but things didn't go exactly as planned.
Let's try and find one more instance of. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is the one that I was looking for. Guys, here. Don't piss off the Aussies, dude. Straight up. They're just looking for an excuse to smash something. To put on the AC/DC and start smashing.
This is what happens when you don't want to pay for works carried out at your place.
An extreme act of frustration.
Let's
small
go!
team laid his concrete days early. Their final act, making sure their hard work would go to waste.
Should have paid. Now it's going to cost more to get it all dug up, taken away, and poured again.
Jesse says he negotiated the $6,000 job with the homeowner. She paid $2,500, but wouldn't budge on the final amount after a dispute over the cost of rubbish removal.
You're in the trade for a long time, and you're doing the right thing by people, and they don't want to pay at the end of the day. So what do you got to do?
Didn't want to pay. This is what happens.
As a small business owner with a young family, Jesse says he's tired of being ripped off and has threatened this before, admitting at this
Now, guys, can I be honest here? Guys, we're all, reasonable, successful men, right? What would drive a man who owns a business and has a family to this point? Seriously, think about the BS this guy had to deal with to get to this point. Think about how much shit that he's had to eat and money that he's had to leave on the table to get to this point. How many times that this has happened, he's like, damn it, I'll just take half the money. But for him to finally reach this point to where not only is he doing this, but he's posting it on social media. He must have lost tens of thousands of dollars and had this happen at least a dozen times, at least. You know what I mean? Men just don't do this for no reason, you know?
He also lost other jobs that he could have been doing during that time too.
Yes.
So he paid his guys like for nothing. So it's actually like losing in three ways, actually.
Yeah.
Moment, he'd had a gutful.
I don't like destroying something that I've just built. Like I take pride in my work, and I love concreting, and I love doing it.
The homeowner says she was threatened after complaining about the quality of the job.
You're paying now.
Yeah, because this is just an expert on concrete. Yeah, okay. Please.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Come on.
Yeah. Bert and Ernie headed 304.
Come on, guys. I don't think that's a good concrete job, mate. Shut up.
Now we will smash the concrete.
You would have paid them?
Of course.
Oh, please.
Determined that was a lie.
Come on. I just wish, though, that Snowboard, that when you were showing off, like, your final product after having cut a tree, they'd have to, like, the Karen, she would have to come up there with you, right, to check out the job. And if she didn't pay, you have like a switch so you can go, I'll pull this.
Yeah.
You'll fall if you don't pay me. either you Venmo me or you PayPal me the money, or I click this little thing and down you go.
Yeah, I usually sometimes look for like a small tree that I could lay across their driveway after I left that won't damage a lot, and it'd be like, well, now you're not going to get to work or anything till you pay it or something like that. I almost had to do that once. I've had to do it when a guy wasn't really going to pay me like what I wanted. So I like just dropped all the trees and like left the mess in his yard. I was like, well, you only wanted to pay hourly, so I'm all done. So I just like left it a huge mess for him. certain people you won't want to do business with again. So you kind of have to have a gut feeling beforehand, because what she tried to do was say like, oh, well, this works. She tried to say the trash removal was so much. But you could just say, okay, then like you can just we'll take that off and you can remove the trash on your own. I guarantee that's probably what they did. And she said, well, no, that's your responsibility. That's part of your job. So now I'm not going to pay you for the other part. So she was trying to like hold them hostage a little bit. She probably didn't think that they would do that. So it takes a lot to be pushed to want to do that, because it also makes you can't put your sign up there, and it makes it look like you blew your top and like sabotage the job too, because people will spin it. Yeah. So if you guys have your own business, like there are people like this. They're not always boomers. Sometimes they're millennials, but you can kind of have a few key insights in the beginning. There's a couple things. Number one, if you if they say, oh, well, while you're here, can you just do this one other thing? And you just start doing that like for free. You can maybe do one like small thing, see what it is. Always say always look at it. But if they start asking for one thing for free, it'll snowball and snowball and snowball, and you're doing like 10 other things for free. And when you go to charge them for that, they're gonna be like, oh, what's that for? So women will always ask, oh, while you're here, can you just do this? They always try to get one other thing for free, even if you just agreed on a price for everything. Like, and I want this other thing too. They always try to do that. So it's very difficult. And sometimes if you get too aggressive with them, or you say like, no, I'm not doing that, and hold your ground, you can kind of lose the whole job. But sometimes it's kind of someone you didn't want to work with anyway. So if they're going to be like a Karen up front, you kind of need to like look at that and paint a picture in their mind of like what it's realistically going to be like. So for if you're doing like a driveway or something like, I don't know, building something, say like, well, it is going to be kind of messy and chaotic at parts of it. So it may not be cleaned up perfectly at the end of each day, but that's because like we're coming back tomorrow, and it just kind of makes more sense to leave it as it is rather than like tidy it up too much. So, I like word of mouth personally better. But you kind of have to use a gut feeling in the beginning to see kind of what they're going to be like. So also too, you can kind of like, I just started using Facebook Marketplace to like sell a lot of things. Always look at who's going to buy it. Maybe don't fully pay attention to their reviews, but like look at what they're selling. If they're selling stuff that's like way over the top priced or something like that, it gives you an insight onto, like what you're going to be like, what they're going to be like too. Because if they're kind of a pain in the beginning, like, oh, we'll just do this one other thing and this one other thing and this, and you say like, well, hey, I'm going to start charging you for that. That's what they always do. Oh, well, you're up in the tree. Why don't you go way to the other side and get one other piece? It's like that takes me a lot more time, and it's like,
have I ever told you that guys? So right when I graduated from high school, I was a cable guy, right? And we used to drive around the U.S. and open up new shops for the company that I worked for. So we went to Alabama, we went to Reno, Nevada, we were in Portland, Oregon.
Like branding. Kind of the branding part.
Well, we would open up. So like, let's just say that the company that I work for, they would make an office like an actual shop that they would hire guys to. You know what I'm saying? So we would go there. They would build the office, and then we were always the first like 5 guys to start doing jobs in the area while they found local guys.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, I stopped doing that and then just started doing regular routes in Seattle. And I was in Belltown at this really nice apartment. No, wait, it was in the suburbs. I think it's like Mount Lake Terrace. Either way, there's a nice neighborhood and this nice house. It was huge, and this chick comes in and she's like, oh, the house is here, and I had this trainee with me, and he was a total dunce, right? He wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, right? So we're you're hooking up everything and putting the digital cable box in and replacing some of the wiring because it was old. And these 3 delivery guys come in with this like, you know what a hutch is, where it's got like the drawers and it's got the thing.
Yeah.
They're like, and it's clearly heavy and it's made out expensive. You can just tell, because everything else in the house is expensive. And they're like, "Ma'am, where do you want us to put this?" She said, "Oh, put it by the door." The cable guys
then
will
here,
help.
then there, yeah.
No. She said the cable guys will help me move it to where I want it to go. And I look at my trainee and I'm like, we are not touching that fucking thing. Do you understand me? When I was walking by it, dude, that was like a $15,000 piece of furniture.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you touch this, I'll kill you. Because if anything happened to it on my route, I'd be responsible for it.
Yeah.
So we go to pack stuff up, and she's like, "All right, guys, well, let's move this." And I'm like, "Ma'am, we aren't touching this thing."
Yeah, nice.
What do you mean you're not? I said, "Ma'am, if this gets scratched or dented or cracked, you're gonna sue me. I would never do that." I said, "Oh yeah, right." I said, "Ma'am, I'm gonna call your manager and your foreman. I'm gonna call because you guys are supposed to have customers." Like, how is me moving this heavy cedar, oak, whatever? Are you crazy? With no dolly, no, I'm not moving none. I said, "Call him and see how that goes." So we get back to the shop, and I had to talk to my boss. I'm like, "Look, you're gonna get a call from this loudmouth broad who's gonna say that we didn't do our job." He's like, "Yeah, but what did you guys not do?" I said, "She had a $15,000 oak, Lebanese oak hutch thing that she wanted us to move upstairs." He goes, "Oh." I was like, "I'm not doing that." And she called and like, no way, guys.
Yeah, well, she thought like, "Oh, you're just a man. You're a disposable simp. You'll just do anything we ask you to do. Like, you're here to serve. You serve at my pleasure." It's like, that's not part of my job. I'm not here to help you do that. So like,
thanks,
but
man.
see how she just thought you guys were going to just do it by default.
Yeah,
probably for free too. Like, wouldn't even give like $20 or something. That's a thing where the women will always say, "Well, and just do this one other thing. Oh, while you're here, why don't I just make a honey-do list for stuff for you to do?" They love doing that. They'll always try to do that.
Makes no sense.
To finish the job. Well, as you can see, once the concrete has set, has
the herp
they do intend to repair it themselves. The incident happened late last year, but was posted online just days ago, dividing opinions, while both sides remain firm.
They did what they wanted, not what I wanted.
I just want to get paid.
A bitter battle with no winners. Steve Hart, 7 News.
Let's go. City boys, stand up, dude.